The most effective words are used to break a narcissist and make him give up forever. Have you ever met someone who didn't seem to care about how you felt or how well you were? They might have been self-centered. Dealing with someone who takes advantage of other people and uses tricks to get what they want can be hard. But don't worry, you can keep yourself safe. To stop a narcissist from hurting you, you have to break down the world they have made up. So, here are 10 strong words you can use to stand up to narcissists and protect yourself. Are you ready to get control back? Let's get started. Don't hold on to it. Dealing with a narcissist can be exhausting, especially when they won't give up in a fight or competition. They have to win no matter what, and they can't just give up. Even when they're in a tight spot, narcissists won't give up because that would mean they lost. It makes you mad, doesn't it? It's a mental fight. The key is to trust yourself and not let their actions determine how you respond. Show them you're not afraid and won't be pushed around. They will give in at some point. You can't expect them not to hit back, but you can take comfort in the fact that you're standing up for yourself and your own health. So go ahead and drop it. Say no to a narcissist. Narcissists hate it when you say no. It makes them feel weak and unloved, which is too much for them to handle. They will do anything to avoid hearing no. To get what they want, they often manipulate and control others. But you should stand your ground and say no when you need to. It's fine to say no if a narcissist asks you for something and you don't feel safe saying yes. And if they keep putting pressure on you, you should leave before they do something bad. You have the right to say no and make rules for yourself. Don't let a phony make you feel bad about taking care of yourself. 3. Just tell them, I don't care. Narcissists want to be noticed and will do anything to make themselves feel important and right. Being around people like that is tiring, isn't it? But there is a strong phrase that can stop a narcissist in their tracks. I don't care. Even though it sounds easy, those 3 words can really hurt a narcissist's pride. They base their entire sense of self-worth on what other people say about them. So hearing, I don't care, basically cancels out everything anyone has ever told them. It's like denying them a reason to live. It can be hard to figure out why a narcissist needs so much praise to begin with. But it's because they don't know who they are and are always looking for support from others to feel like they exist. They can't feel living unless someone else tells them they're important. Stop trying to be in charge of me. When a narcissist tries to control everything around them, it can be hard to deal with them. It's important to know that you can set limits and stop them from being controlling. It may be hard to tell a narcissist to stop ruling you, but it's important for your health that you do. But it's important to stay cool and take charge of the situation. Tell them you won't stand for being used as a pawn and that you deserve to be treated with respect. You don't have to be pushy or confrontational to stand up for yourself. If you set clear limits and tell the narcissist about them in a cool way, you may even earn his or her respect. Even though there's a chance they'll get angry, it's still better than giving in to what they want. 5. Say, it has nothing to do with you. When it seems like everything is about them, it can be hard and tiring to deal with a narcissist. But it's important to keep in mind that their actions don't say anything about you or your value. When a narcissist tries to bring you down or make everything about them, you should tell them it's not about you. These words can be very powerful because they tell them that what they do and think doesn't make a big difference in your life. It's important to stand up for yourself and not let what they do affect how you feel about yourself. Don't forget that their world is centered on them, but yours doesn't have to be. Keep your mind on what's important to you, and don't let the actions of a narcissist bring you down. Say, you should hold yourself accountable and be more responsible. When someone won't take credit for what they did, it can be frustrating. But it's important to remember that you can only control your own behavior, not someone else's. It can be hard to expect other people to act responsibly, but it's important for good relationships. If you're working with a narcissist who always refuses to take responsibility for their actions, you should say the right things to crush their ego. Even if a narcissist tries to blame someone else or make you feel bad for calling them out, you need to stand your ground. It doesn't make you weak to point out their flaws. It shows you're strong and brave. 7th, you're not enough. Dealing with a narcissist can be tiring because they are always looking for praise and approval. It can be annoying to hear them talk about how great they are and how everyone else isn't as good as they are. But if you tell a narcissist you're not enough, it doesn't matter what they say or do. They will fall apart. This will happen if you tell a narcissist that they aren't good enough, or that their big ego doesn't match up with what they can do or have done. They will be crushed and crushed to death. It will feel like someone punched them in the stomach, and they'll feel like a failure and give up. Narcissists often put on an act of confidence and superiority to hide the fact that they are weak and insecure. Even if they try to brush off your criticism, they may be dealing with feelings of not being good enough and not being worth much. 8. Tell them they don't know anything at all. Most of the time, narcissists try to avoid facing the truth or admitting their flaws. This can make any relationship toxic. It might be hard to tell a narcissist that they don't know the truth, but it's important to put honesty and sincerity first in all relationships. By facing the truth head-on, you can help make your relationships healthier and more polite. So, when a narcissist starts to bother you, just tell them, "You have no idea what the truth is." But it's important to be ready for how the ego might respond. They might feel bad about it, or try to get back at you. But don't let their actions stop you from looking for the truth and being honest with yourself and others. 9. Say, "My life is my responsibility." When you're working with a narcissist, taking responsibility or admitting fault can be seen as a threat to their control and power. It's important to remember that accountability is not about power, but about taking personal responsibility. We can stop being controlled and manipulated by other people if we take responsibility for our own lives and deeds. When a narcissist hears that their partner is taking responsibility for their life and deeds, they may react badly. They might act out or try to keep control, but it's important to stay strong and put your own growth and development first. Narcissists need someone in their lives to take their minds off of their own problems and thoughts, but this doesn't mean that their problems will go away. In fact, a narcissist can only really get over their problems if they face them head-on. 10. Tell the person, "You know you're wrong about that." Narcissists are known for being very sensitive to criticism. If you point out their mistakes, they may get very angry or try to make you feel small. But what happens when you tell an ego that they are wrong? If that happens, their response might be even worse. Narcissists don't like to be wrong, and they're afraid of being found out as fakes. So, if you point out a mistake they made, they might get angry and lash out at you, even though it was their mistake to begin with. Remember that criticism is a part of growing as a person and as a worker. We all make mistakes because no one is perfect. Learning how to respond to feedback in a positive way is important for building resilience and making friends. When a narcissist reacts badly to criticism, it can be hard to deal with, but staying calm and polite can help reduce conflict. Overall, it may be tempting to try to change how they think or act, but it's often best to just stay away from them. We can protect ourselves from the bad effects of a narcissist's behavior by putting our own safety, well-being, and mental health first. If these words have helped you and given you hope, you are not alone. Relationships with narcissists are hard for a lot of people, and it's important to have tools and support to help us through these hard times. When it comes to dealing with narcissists, it's not a sign of weakness to ask for help or advice. There are many ways to get the help and tools we need to move on, like therapy, support groups, or just talking to friends and family. So, if you have to deal with a narcissist, know that you're not alone. If you need help, you can look at the description below. Don't forget to tell us what you think in the comments section below, and click the like button if this video helped you. And most important, take care of yourself and stay safe.